Hello everybody. Techcanvass brings you Tech Bytes, and today I'll talk about major difference between BA in Waterfall versus BA in Agile. About us, Techcanvass is a training institute which offers courses around business analysis certification, domain training courses, automation testing programs, and mini courses on advanced Selenium. Let's set up the tone first. Let's briefly understand difference between Waterfall and Agile methodologies. Waterfall methodology is sequential in nature. This means that before moving to next step, previous steps needs to be completed. The main steps in waterfall approach are requirement gathering and analysis, solution design, implementing the solution, testing it, maintenance. Coming back to agile methodology is a practice that helps continuous iteration of development and testing in software development process. In this model, development and testing activities are concurrent, unlike the waterfall. Let's now talk about requirement gathering phase. A business analyst in Waterfall works on gathering end-to-end requirement from the stakeholders to formulate appropriate solution and propose it in front of client in a single go. Prepare business specifications documents to illustrate project roadmap to the stakeholders and then seek for the sign-off on the requirements to freeze project requirements gathering phase. Post sign off, business analyst will hand over project requirements to the development team so that they can start designing and development of the project. Whereas in Agile, BA will create a high level requirement based on the discussion with project stakeholders. BA and development team will work on requirements in priority order, refining the next few weeks worth of requirements into enough details just in time for the developer to start working on them. Low priority requirements will remain on the requirements list as options until they are the next priority. In other words, business analysts collaborate with other team members to determine how much analysis is needed at the beginning of the project to establish the big picture and during each iteration in order to establish a shared understanding without creating an extensive requirement inventory. Let's discuss documentation. In Waterfall, business analysts will create following documentations, which are business requirement document, functional specification, use case, flowcharts, etc. These documents will be created based on project needs and requirements. Keep a note that not all documents are required to be created every time. Development team will refer these documents while designing the solution. In Agile, business analysts' major focus is to groom epics, which are high-level requirements, user stories, which are slices of high-level requirements, add acceptance criteria to user stories, or else work with product owner to groom stories and epics. Development team will follow user stories and work around the acceptance criteria for the development in every sprint. Sometimes client also helps in grooming stories. An important point which needs to be noted. We should not take in a way that business analysts will not create BR and FS in agile methodology. This depends on organization or client working pattern. Once documentations are done, BA will go for requirement confirmation and change request. In Waterfall, as we briefly talked in point number 1, requirement gathering phase, that BA will seek for sign off on the requirement to freeze the same or to restrict stakeholders or client for any change requests. In case stakeholders ask for a change during project development cycle, then generally the request may be taken as a new project, also called as change control request. To be concise, There is no room for modifications in the requirements once BA takes the sign off on the project. BA in Agile methodology is completely opposite in the scenario. Change is always anticipated and accommodated anytime during the project development. This enables timely rectification of any odds, queries, questions arising during the cycle. During every time box delivery cycle, business analysts will take feedback from the stakeholders so that they can further modify the project or requirements if needed. These time box delivery cycles give a hang of what is getting developed in front of client. And after 2 to 3 iteration deliveries, clients get the clarity of what is getting built. And it can greatly help clients and BA on the project inside. This helps BA and his team to develop further user stories in more efficient and productive manner. We have talked about iteration and sprints. Let's understand what is iteration. In Waterfall, there is no term called iteration. Business analyst has to wait until the solution gets built. It can take weeks or months' time. Client UAT testing, implementation, training, these all will occur post entire development completion. Agile iterations are different. Agile iteration is a short 1 to 2 week period, ideally, where a team takes a couple of their customers' most important user stories and build them completely as a running tested software. Business analysts will demo, communicate, educate client to use these time-box delivery running tested softwares and will take feedback and move further. How iteration helps. Let's talk in the next slide. Progress update and delivery cycle. Here in Waterfall, visibility on project development progress is limited for client, as the focus is to build the complete solution before putting it in front of client. Business analyst needs to verify end-to-end solution which has been built and then take it in front of client and deliver it into their environment post testing. In Agile, visibility of solution which is getting built is high as business analyst puts small running tested software in front of client to validate whether the developed solution is meeting client's expectation or not. Let's talk about improvement aspect. In Waterfall, scope of improvement is when business analyst and its team work with the whole project on next cycle. Feedback and lessons can be leveraged on future project solutions. Whereas in Agile, business analyst will take feedback at the end of every iteration delivery and then will work on improvement areas in coming iterations. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Please put your views on comment section. Bye.